Do you feel anxious but happy? Or do you feel joyful but depressed? And then you feel tension because you don't know what to feel and you don't know what's going on? Hang on. I'm going to explain to you what exactly is going on and what you can do about it. What we have to understand is this very important fact. Okay. And this fact is something that can help your brain to conceptualize feeling multiple emotions simultaneously. And that is, feelings are not mutually exclusive. Let me explain. We can feel multiple emotions simultaneously coming from all different directions. You knew that, right? But the issue comes in, and what you might not be aware of, is the fact that the brain tries to put everything under one label. It tries to compartmentalize all of these emotions and put one label on it, right? One clean, crisp label to try to explain to you what it is that you're feeling. And that's where the tension comes in. Hi, I'm Mike. I have had OCD and anxiety for the past 10 years or so of my life, and I turned that turmoil into tools through prayer, through books that I've read, through experiences, and I share it with you. So as far as this mutual exclusivity is concerned, that your brain has convinced you exists, one of the things you have to realize is that fact, is that they are not mutually exclusive, and there's no need to put it into one box, right? That was something that I struggled with significantly, especially having OCD and general anxiety disorder, was I would feel multiple things at multiple times from multiple thoughts, right? And I would experience a lot of tension, a lot of struggle with what it was that I was feeling because I couldn't quite get a handle on what it was I was feeling because I was trying to find one label. Am I anxious or am I not? Am I depressed? Am I not? Am I angry? Am I not? Right? Trying to find one label to put over it. And this caused a lot of tension over the years. I remember there were times where I didn't even know what to feel. I'm sure you felt like that. There are times where you don't even know what to feel because there's so many emotions coming from different places and so much going on. And so simply realizing this mutual exclusivity that my brain was trying to conjure up and convince me of helped me to step out of it and helped me to realize that I can feel multiple emotions at the same time, and I don't need to put a header or label over it. You could feel depressed and joyful at the same time. You could feel anxious and happy at the same time, right? What I use, this tool at least helped for me, was I would use emotions as an adjective to describe other emotions. So sometimes I would primarily be feeling happy, but I had a little bit of anxiety humming in the background, right? You know, like that refrigerator hum in the background. And I would say, I'm anxiously happy, right? I'm a little bit anxious because of X, Y, and Z, but I'm primarily happy. Or there were times where I was primarily anxious, but I was actually a little bit happy about other things, and there was happiness humming in the background, right? So I was happily anxious, right? You play the same thing with depression. There was some times where I felt fairly deep in depression, but there was still this light, there was still this little joy that I was feeling in the background, right? So there was those two things that were seemingly conflicting, but I was feeling them at the same time. So instead of trying to, am I happy or am I not, I realized that I don't need to put that into a box, and I can be joyfully depressed, right? It sounds, contradictory, right? It does. But when you really step into this reality that actually is what's going on because of how complex the human emotions are, it really helps significantly remove that tension and remove that struggle. Because especially having OCD, I needed things to fit neatly into a box. As I said, I needed things to be black and white. It's either this or it's either that, right? It's either one or it's either a 1 or a 0, right? It's either black or it's white. And so slowly letting go of that mechanism and being able to embrace the chaos that is emotions and of feeling multiple ones at the same time, and realizing that I was equipped to handle feeling multiple emotions at the same time, right? That's also something that really helped me too, was reminding myself that I am equipped and my brain and my heart are equipped to feel multiple emotions at the same time. For those of you who really struggle with panic, anxiety, and depression, you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about when you feel like you can't handle it, because that's what sparks panic. Is you start to feel anxious, you start to feel your hypervigilancy for your heartbeat, right? Body sensations, and then you start to feel a little bit of anxiety, and then you feel like you can't handle that anxiety, which sparks more panic, which then creates this feedback loop. So in reminding myself that I am equipped to handle multiple emotions at the same time, and they all don't need to fit neatly into this box, ultimately helped me to handle more emotions at the same time. Life doesn't always give us answers, right? It doesn't always give us these roadmaps. It doesn't always give us labels and neat compartment boxes, right? But what it does give us is these opportunities that we can use to create tools and lighthouses that we can use to better ourselves and to guide us later on down in life. That's what this channel is all about. I use my various experiences that I've had, books that I've read, through therapy, all of these different resources that I've had. I use them to be able to build mental health tools, and I share them with you. Sometimes it's through prayer, sometimes it's through music, sometimes it's through books, right? And I share them with you. If that's something that you're interested in, hit that subscribe button. I post one video a week that is easy to understand, pragmatic, and something that you can apply to your life, and some mental health tool that genuinely helped me from experience in my life, and I share it with you, right? So I hope that helps. Remind yourself, feelings are not mutually exclusive, and you can handle feeling multiple feelings simultaneously, and you don't need to label it under one, all right? I'll talk to you on the next one, kid. I'm an Englishman. Mutual exclusivity.